Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and you join me today for another episode with Circle of Kerzoven. Now we're not exactly where we left off last time because, well, I made a few irrational decisions and choices, and in the few days since I recorded and uploaded that video I spent a bit more time with the game, watched a few other YouTubers play it and followed on the Steam forums and the Discord server and so on, and learnt a bit more. And I thought it would be remiss of me to leave you with the impression that the game was as strange as I seem to make out it was. That strangeness was all, well, mostly down to me. So what I've done is I'm more or less where we finished off last time, but I've rebuilt my settlement. I've started afresh and I've done some of the things which we didn't do in the last episode. So we're going to, actually we don't need to pause it really because they do go quite slowly. So I've put in more houses using a different style of straw hut which hold 2 people apiece. We've also put down some of these simple cabins, 2 of those which support 4 people. Yeah, and you. Ooh, and I've allowed this cabin to have a pet, and they've got an animal, a raccoon. Okay, you can actually choose what pet they have. They could keep a pet sheep. It's a little unusual, but I dare say back in the day, the 1000s, whatever this period is, sheeps were perfectly legitimate pets, as indeed I imagine were most farm animals. So yeah, there's 3 people there and a raccoon. I'm not quite sure why it says raccoon there as a human, but there you go. That's that done. So we've done that. I've also discovered and started using barns and farms. Now barns are great because they allow you to corral and keep different types of animal for use, like in a real farmyard environment, like you would do in a real settlement builder. I mean, this is the problem I had, I think, with my first episode with Circle of Kerzoven. I don't very often play these settlement builder type games at all. I mean, city builders like SimCity, rest in peace, City Skylines and the like, then I have played those and I sort of know how they work. But a real settlement builder is a different thing entirely. And I'm not familiar enough with some of the sort of expectations of this sort of game. So what we've got is you can put down a barn and it can do a variety of things. You can produce goods from your animals. For sheep, that's going to be wool and milk. In fact, if you click on a sheep, you can see here it carries milk and wool, whereas some other animals, have we got any of those European hare? Oh, there's a hare. There you go. It has no inventory. I think you can actually keep hare and deer and all sorts of other things in your barn if you wanted to. Housing, yeah, sheep, deer, hares, raccoons and rats. You could farm rats. I don't know. I haven't actually seen any rats on my map. There are a few raccoons here and there. And also red deer are quite common as well, as indeed are grey wolves. But the deer, they don't appear to be carrying anything useful to us. A reminder, of course, this is very much an alpha playtest demo of the game. It is not even early access as yet. The Kickstarter at time of recording is still running to do the final sort of development of the game. Yeah, so red deer, here we are. They don't have anything either, so it's a bit pointless farming them, I imagine. Certainly in this demo anyway. So I'm just doing sheep. And in fact, I don't think I really need 2 barns of sheep. No. In fact, that barn's got no sheep at all. Although it does have someone working there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to destroy that barn. There you go. So that's fine. We've got enough sheep here. We're housing... Oh, hang on. Where have they all gone? What? No. Where's me man? Andre, where are you? You're working in the sheep barn. That's the only job you've got. So where the heck are you? You're capturing a target. Right, you're going off to find a there were sheep that... this might be a save game issue. I don't know. I'm not sure. So I did play quite an extended session last night to build this settlement up like this. I think this was all done pretty much as one game session. I didn't save and reload, so it's possibly that might be a save reload issue there. So there are no sheeps there, but they're giving me a fair amount of wool and milk. Do I have anything in storage at the moment? No, because we've turned the milk by using this dairy station here to produce dairy products, which I imagine is a bit cheesy. I imagine, yeah, that's what that is. So that is turned into cheese, which can then be used at the fireplace, I think. No, it can't. Oh, it's storing it there. Maybe the fireplace is where they store things to eat, but it's not part of any particular diet. No. Okay, so there is that there. And can my rudimentary tailor, yeah, the rudimentary tailor can use wool to craft rags. I can also use grass. Now, one thing I hadn't noticed in my first video is that these are all the activities that can be done at a sheep barn or a rudimentary tailor or a farm building or whatever, is you can turn on and turn off each of these types of activities. So here we're not crafting rags from grass anymore, we're crafting those rags from wool, which is a better thing to do. But you can also, if you prefer, you can change the order by using the little up and down arrows. Do you see them there? Yeah, just either side. So you can change the order of activities here. Again, I'm not quite sure how well developed that mechanic is, but it is there for you to take advantage of. Now, do we have sheep here? Yeah, I'm just going to keep an eye on this. We have one! Excellent, good. And sheep do give us meat as well. I imagine the reindeer, the red deer do as well, but I wanted wool and milk, to be honest, as well. If you remember in the previous video, I was forever complaining about the animals thieving my supplies. You can prevent them doing that by, as I've done here, putting fences around your storage areas or your resource collectors, like the well, like the farm, like everything else that produces raw materials which animals might consume. Put a fence around and that prevents animals getting through. So let's have a quick look at that, shall we? So we're going to build a fence here. Now I put down these high wooden fences which keeps big animals on one side or the other. They can't get through it. They can't get through gates either, they're not that clever. So the rats, raccoons and hares can get through this fence, but I'm okay-ish with that at the moment. They're not consuming too much of my my product. The sheep, I want to keep them out, and the red deer and the wolves. That's fine. You'll need a gate so that your people can get through as well. And the nice thing here is you see that where that diamond is? You can put your fence wherever you like, and you can organise it, and it doesn't remove what is already in that square unless you're very careless. So if I put that here, for example, it doesn't get rid of that little grass, that little sort of fruit patch there. I'll get rid of that before we... Can I get rid of you now? Are you at construction? There you are, I can get rid of you. Yeah, don't actually need you to build that. However, if you do want to prevent all the critters stealing your goodies, then you can put a stone fence up. I didn't think that was warranted, to be honest, so I've just left it as high wooden fences. It's a much more attractive look than big stone fences. I've not put any decorations in like torches. It says they're decorations. I don't believe in decoration. There you go. Anyway, in addition to having gatherers' huts collecting all the sort of wild plant material around, the grasses, the fruits, the vegetables, all that sort of stuff. Again, and you can select here what they collect and what order they collect it in. You can also have farms. So you can build a farm building here. It's quite big, as you can see, and again you can define what you want them to harvest. Fruits, grain, vegetables. They're not going to harvest grass here. The gatherers' huts can do that. Roots and sprouts, they can be handy for certain things as well, like building fruit trees. So how do you get your farm to farm stuff? You do that by laying down beds of individual produce. So we go into the plants and fields. So here we've got cactus and bushes, or if I wanted to put a fruit tree down, there's a fruit tree, which is what I did there. A fruit tree, if I put the highlight, the main text thing on, yeah, that cost me 2 bark and sprouts to plant a tree. So if I can put another tree down here, can't I? Oh look, there's blinking hares again. They're going to be eating my produce, so I want not a palm, I want a fruit tree. That's it. So I'll put you down there, and that will grow over time. We'll put there on the edge. Or what you can do is what I've done here is you can lay down fields, yeah, a garden bed, which will grow fruit and berries and vegetable, or berries rather. Yeah, we'll grow those there. Or a wheat field, which is much more productive than the wild wheat. I'm not sure if you'll see that as we go through this episode, but yeah, you get a lot of good wheat out of that. So these are the garden beds. Oh, see an apple there added. So let's give me fruits and vegetables. One fruit. Yeah. Again, it's all kind of seasonal as well, and they'll pick it up in turn, which is all good. So that's nice. So we're getting a better organised settlement now. We're becoming much more self-sufficient and organised. Yay, I've got 4 sheep in there. That's good. And we can make them comfortable as well by adding extra straw matting and storage, so we can keep more of the milk and the wool in the barn itself if the production units, like the dairy unit here, the dairy producer, runs out of storage or is full. So that's taken care of there. I believe you will need a cesspit. It doesn't tell you that there, does it? Employees. Delivered goods. Yeah, I think... Does it tell you when you build one of these? Plants. Yeah, it requires... if I pull that out again. Yeah, so it requires... for the garden bed, it does require dirt. So that's why you want a cesspit. Yeah. So not only is it keeping your streets clean of unmentionable mess, the cesspit is like a silo, like a manure heap or something like that. For what is silage? That's what the word I'm thinking of, isn't it? Silage, to fertilise your farm fields. So that's all done. We've got a marketplace. We'll come to the marketplace in a moment. The town hall is bigger than it was the last time you were with me, because I upgraded it, which adds new rooms for doing more complex projects, which aren't in the demo as at this point. So it just looks bigger and better. It doesn't actually do anything more, to be honest. No. And I've also added a tap room, hopefully, which will make my citizens happier. That's good. Yeah, so again we can do water and milk and fruit juices or whatever, cereal grains. Are they fermenting? Are they brewing here? I don't know. So yeah, Ursula's running that, and we've got an upgrade storage. We've got a food efficiency. Consumes less wood for the heat. Why do they want heat? Not entirely sure. That's explained in the production chain, but no, we'll leave that one to one side. What I will also do here, I think, actually, is add in another community building, which is the hearty kitchen. It needs a good supply of bread, for example, from a baker's simple oven. Well, we've got one of those now, so we'll put this in. This is it's quite a nice big building. So I'm making this sort of step up here, my sort of community centre. So there's the town hall, the community centre, the tap room, the market. We might as well put the restaurant in here as well. I think if we put you... where's the diamond on that? Is there a diamond? Tilt it, there you go. Is there... I can't see it. I don't think it really matters because the arrows are connection points anyway, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, we'll place you... Actually, if I press tab... No, there's only one variant of that. That's okay. So that's placed down there. That'll take a while to build. Okay, and we're going to build an extra little bit of road to connect in. Oops. There you go. Actually, yeah, we'll go to there. That's good. Yeah, so everything is connected. Don't need to do that. So this is where we are, and more or less where we got to, and a bit more from last time. But I've also now discovered how the market works, I think. So, the marketplace. Now, what we do here is, with each sort of different category of goods, so you've got food, you've got drinks, you've got raw materials, you've got clothing and equipment, and you've got various other stuff. Okay, what you do here is you set the requirement you have to buy goods, which you don't have, and also to sell goods, which you have an excess of. So we've actually got quite a lot of meat. We don't need all that. So what I've done here, this second diamond shape here, this second marker, I've set this to sell any more than, if we have 200, any more than that we can sell. And the price we'll get for that is 2 gold coins. And you can see how much money we've got at the top here, 322. If I click that, it doesn't tell me anything. Maybe it will in a future update to the game. Likewise, leaves, we don't need too many of those, I don't think. So once if I've got more than 100, we'll sell all those. And employees, we've got, Layla's working on that. At this point, there's no upgrades to the marketplace in the game. We'll get on to buying stuff in a second, but before we do that, I want to get into the trade agreements, which we had a quick look at last time because we discovered the community, we built the community centre and got into diplomacy. So we've now got an active trade agreement with the Tablelands, which is these people over here, the desert folk. Oh, you can't move this window. Oh, again, the dev team did respond to my previous video saying, yeah, this map was the first thing they did in Paint or some other primitive graphics tool. So yes, it will be much improved as we go through early access towards release. But it does the job. But yes, so this window should move as well, because all the other windows move. I love that. Anyway, so we've got a trade agreement with Tablelands. Also with the lakes, which is over here. Tablelands is the one we discovered. Lakes we already knew about. I'm not going to use this free trade agreement, which I think I did click on in the previous first look video, because we can't actually produce stone blocks. We can cut stone, but we don't have the stonemason building. That's not actually part of this demo, so we can't supply them with any stone blocks, so they're not going to give us any planks, so it's a bit pointless doing that. And right of way, they demand 100 bread to get through to more distant lands. Is there anywhere more distant? There is that place, which we could get, don't know, or up there. We can't go there, that's too far away. Yeah. And you may be able to notice that question mark there doesn't have brackets around it. That's too far away. Whereas this question mark does have brackets around it, which means it is within reach. We can send an expedition out there to discover it and meet those good people of the mountains. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, we'll send some people out there to find them. So that's trade agreements. So what we can do then is trade with these other people on the map. We can sell stuff to them, we can buy stuff from them. What would we want to buy? Copper. That's the first thing we want to buy. In fact, probably the only thing we want to buy really in this demo of the game so far, because that allows us to complete our final quest, which is the forge and creating bronze tools. If we go into building here, so if we go into, actually no, we want to be in the raw materials. A smelter. Okay, that will smelt any of the ores. We've got tin, we've got copper, we've got iron on the map, so we can smelt that to be used in the production of tools, weapons and so on. And that is the forge, which is the first part of our last quest here. And we need copper to do that. Copper is what we need to produce the bronze tools. Does this tell us here? If I go to forge, it doesn't tell us what it needs as such. Okay. But I do remember reading somewhere that we're going to need copper to create these bronze tools. So, do we have copper? Can we go and mine it? The answer is no, we can't. What you'll find if you look in, if you spot this, it's one of those things I didn't see until I realised it was there, is when you hover over the description of any part of this map, it tells you what's there. So for example, in the hills, which is where we are, we have 15 villages, which we do indeed have. There are no other factions here, we've just got the one humans faction. It's summer, it's 16 degrees centigrade. Why can't they give me Fahrenheit? I like Fahrenheit. I'm weird like that. I like Fahrenheit still. We have tin ore. Yeah, that's at the bottom of that little box. We have 2 times tin ore. The lakes, they have nothing there apparently. No villages. Tablelands, however, does have copper ore. So we're going to need to buy copper ore from Tablelands, which is why we had to discover it in the first place and build the marketplace. Yay! It makes sense. So we're going to need to buy copper from somebody or other. So here in the marketplace, you can't, as far as I can make out as yet anyway, determine who you trade with. But if we want to trade for copper, we're going to need to add. We can't trade ores by the look of it. No, but we can trade copper bars. They cost 20 a piece. I don't know how. We're probably not going to need that many to create a bronze tool. That's all we need to complete this quest, is a single bronze tool. So yeah, we'll buy some of those. How many do we want to buy? So to buy, we move this first marker. The merchants will buy this item until we reach this point. So if we say buy 5, that's 100. Now because I've been selling wool and meat and leaves, I've accumulated 322. We actually started, if you do remember, we started at 100 gold coins. So we've made some. Oh, hang on, we've just bought. We bought those 5. That was easy, wasn't it? So we've now got 5 copper. So we're going to need a smelter to smelt that, and then a forge to forge it into tools. If you had those raw materials, if you had those ores on your own map, where would they be? I'm not sure if this map includes any symbols. That's nature, heat, water and dirt. Yeah, it's quite dirty down there. Be nice if this gave you a clue as to where the raw materials were, or if it was more obvious. It's not obvious, but you can find them quite easily by going around these huge great slabs of well, I suppose they're mountains really. And what you'll see when you go around these mountains is spaces like this. Shall we speed up a bit until it's light so we can see this properly? Let's do that. So here we have actually got a quarry. It's not clear that, is it? It's not a terribly obvious thing that, but round the corner we have got tin mine. Yay! So you don't build the mines yourself, certainly not in this development of the game anyway. So we've got a tin mine there, and around here we've got a variety of quarries for digging out more stone. Is there one here? There is. Yeah. So we have got smaller pockets of stone near our original settlement. But yeah, for big stone requirements, you're going to want to come here to pick those up. Anyway, that tin ore, we're going to need to put a smelter there so it can provide copper to build our forge. Yep, it's going to need copper from the smelter. We've actually got copper already, but don't tell the game that. No. So we're going to put down here a smelter, And you can see here, it highlights in green that that mine is within reach. So we've got, where's the, right, that is the path up there, isn't it? You can't build paths yourselves up the sides of these big embankments, but there is a pathway up there. So what we'll do is we'll build, yeah, a bit of a path there. So we're going to build a smelter, and we'll stick, where's that? Is there a little diamond here? There it is. We'll take that as the main entrance point. So where's the, you move over there, so you can go there. Yeah, that's probably the furthest away. I want it to be as close as possible to my settlement basically, so that my people can get here. But once that's up and going, we can build a forge. To allow people to get there faster, we could build some roads. Lovely job. Well, the sheep are making use of the path, which is good. Hang on. We've got unhappy people. We've got 6 unhappy people. No. Unfortunately, I don't think at this point in the development of the game, in this alpha build, we don't really have a way of addressing all those needs. So you need practical clothes. Yeah, our rudimentary tailor can't make practical clothes. You're going to need a tailor shop. Yeah, to make practical clothes. We can just produce rags at the moment and big pieces of cloth. But to be honest, they get a bit sad, but they don't seem to worry too much. F10 takes away the UI. I like games that allow you to do that. Not just because I'm a, in quotes, content creator who wants to create good looking screenshots. I'd like to, but yeah, that's a whole other story. But yeah, this makes life so much easier. I love a good UI free option. Our game does look so neat, doesn't it? And this is just the alpha. It's going to be so cool when it's finished. F10 to get the UI back. Oh, I've got 13 sad people. Yeah, you see they're losing there. I don't think... Okay, to be fair, I've not actually monitored this, but I don't think I've seen people go down to the previous tier. So what's Jin complaining about? His needs, or their needs? Want a drink? Oh, you've got a tap room. Up here. This thing here is a tap room. Oh, there's milk there. And fruity drinks. I don't know what you're complaining about. Aha! Our smelter is ready. There it is. And there are no workers working there. So we can smelt copper, smelt tin, smelt iron. Okay, we'll put tin at the top because that's actually what it's going to get from that mine. And we're not doing iron either. So we can do that. Employees, someone come and work there, please. That'd be good. Now, can I now build that forge? Yes, I can. That again requires quite a lot of resources to build, but that's fine. Now we might as well build it up here, close to the smelter. Actually, I'm wondering. Oh, it's the other side of the road from there. If these arrows would give you a sort of throughput, a sort of direct pipeline from one building to the next, or if it just indicates you must have at least one arrow free for people to travel in and out. I don't know. And the diamond is... well, not quite sure what the diamond's doing there. Seems kind of inappropriate. It's not quite in the same place or location as any of these arrows. So we'll put you up there. That's good. We'll wait for that to be built. Storage. How are we doing for that? We don't seem to be selling meat so much. Does nobody want it? I've said sell more than any excess over 200. Take it down to 100. Yeah, this scale is... I'm tempted to use logarithmic, but I dare say it is not a real logarithmic scale. But it does jump up in in increments. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kind of thing, then 10, and then it goes up in tens until it gets to 100, then it goes up in hundreds. So yeah, that's fine. 200. That's what it was before. We'll leave that as 100 there. We could sell fruit now, couldn't we? Actually, and you need grass. Yeah, let's add grass. We'll sell. Oh, we've got loads of grass. We've got more than 400 grass. Yeah, we're not going to get much. 0.1 of a gold coin. Okay, it's income, isn't it? That's what you're after. And we have discovered the mountains. They have been discovered. So if we go back here, no, not there. It'd be nice if it would make sense, I think, for it to be on here. Diplomacy to be actually focused around the town hall, around your community centre, as such, or at least something happens. I'm sure it will at some point, but it's not. It's a separate panel here. Oh, we've not discovered. No, I know we haven't. We've discovered the mountains. Why are you not here? Oh, that is a shame. As the days continue to go by, and we're still waiting for our forge to be constructed. Now just waiting on 21 stone blocks to be delivered. Well, cut stone, not stone blocks. Stone blocks, I think, are something quite different, quite a lot more sophisticated. But I thought, while we're waiting for that, just have a look at this, just to sort of check for ourselves how our farm is doing. And if we notice that in this wild wheat here, we're getting a few cereals. We get, you know, you're not got enough to start with, but in the main farmed areas, we're getting that many more. 22 cereal in that one square. And also, I like the fact that things grow. Now, this is the fruit tree that we planted a little while ago, at the beginning of this episode. Whereas over in the other corner is another fruit tree I planted, and it's a whole lot bigger. Yeah, I like that. Things evolving. 2 blocks. We're nearly there. Oh, there are people coming up. And you've been built. Excellent. So we just need to create a bronze tool. We just need someone to work here. And we're just going to do bronze tools, so we'll put that priority at the top. We don't want weapons, we don't even want parts, whatever parts are. Can we increase the storage as well? Will someone please come and work here, please? Right, we'll give you till tomorrow. Or someone better turn up to work. A new day has dawned. And there's still no one working at the forge. Well, that's not acceptable, is it? So, have we got anyone who's not doing much? What is David doing? Fireplace. Okay, I'd like you to be working at the fireplace still. Dominic. The simple oven. Andre. The sheep barn. Forester's stump. Actually, the farm. Okay, we'll take Helen away from the farm. So, oh, I need to come out there, I think. Yeah. Don't think, is there any way of going back to... No. Helen, yes, you're working at the forge. So where are you at the moment? Asleep. It's only 4 o'clock in the afternoon, woman. Dearie me. Okay, farm work is tiring, I know, but still no excuse. No excuse at all. I think Helen is on her way to work at the forge. Here she... Oh, who's that? If I pin Helen... Oh, you're Urs. You're working at the smelter. Excellent. So, Urs... Oh, you're not carrying anything. Okay, right. Notice, however, that Helen has picked up the copper. Presumably from the marketplace or wherever it is that we store stuff. So hopefully she's coming here to the forge to actually... Oh, there she is. A box full of copper. Excellent. Also notice that she is actually 16. I think previously I struggled to find the person's ages, but it's right there, clear as day, on here. It actually in brackets, that's how old they are. Yeah, so Helen is indeed 16. Can we get a good shot of... Again, these sort of animations, they're there, but they are kind of primitive at the moment, so I dare say they will improve as the game goes through development. Can we see you? Well, yes. There you are. Whatever it is you're doing. Just the one bronze tool, is that all we need? Ooh, that looks very hot in there. Does the... where's... oh, there's hers. Come on, we can go quicker than that. Are you carrying anything? Oh, you're carrying one tin ore. Oh, and Helen's come to get more tin. Are you carrying tin? You are indeed. Oh, is that because the forge, yes, needs tin and copper and wood to make tools. Excellent. So now that she's got the tin, are we going to be making some lovely bronze tools? Come on, Helen. I know you can do it. I know you can. She stopped. Why have you stopped? You're doing the activity. Do it! Keep on doing it. She's carrying nothing. Everything is in the forge shop. Whatever. Not sure that Urs is as good a miner as he is a smelter. He doesn't seem to be carrying much with him. Do you really carry... Yes! I saw a bronze tool take off from that building. We've done it! We have completed. And this is the end of the demo. So in terms of the mechanics of the game, this is as far as you can go. As we've seen already in the buildings, there are quite a few buildings that are not available in the demo. There's a whole range there, and the community stuff. Our hearty kitchen, we're going to need another tool for that to be built. So there's all sorts of things you can't do yet, and there's obviously mechanics that will be worked on and developed as the game goes through early access into release. But I like the fact that you can actually carry on playing. Oh, and we've got more immigrants coming in. Excellent. So we can carry on playing beyond the end of the actual quest for the demo. So I have actually enjoyed this. It took me a while to get my head around how everything worked. As I said at the beginning, these settlement games aren't something I play very often. Possible immigrants, yes, we'll accept. And you. That's it. Ooh. Was that people from different places? I wasn't paying attention. So yeah, excellent. Yeah, so there is, despite my inadequate first impressions, a lot to this game already, which is very impressive, and I quite enjoyed this. I hope you did too. Well, enjoyed me working it out anyway. So that's it for the moment, at least. So this is Circle of Kerzoven. This is a reminder, an alpha demo build of the game. The Kickstarter started a couple of days ago, and it runs for a little bit longer. I think it's 2 or 3 weeks it runs for, I'm not sure, but there's a link to the Kickstarter down below, as indeed there are links to the Steam page and the dev team's Discord server. If you've not quite made your mind up just yet, then yeah, just go follow them on Steam or Discord or wherever, and I will try and keep up with it as well, and if I can bring you new episodes of this, I will do that. I have certainly quite enjoyed this, so thanks once again to the devs, to Andri from Kerzoven, for prompting me to get hold of the alpha build here, and which you should be able to play now. I think until the end of June. They are limiting the time period in which the demo will be playable, so you've got about a month now in which to play this and test it out for yourself, and dare say you'll find more about it than I found. But yes, so from me, Ajaxpost, here in Circle of Kerzoven. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, it'd be great to hear from you. A little bit of a like would be lovely. Just click on the old thumbsy uppy button. Even better if you've got anything to say about how I've not understood something in the game or should have done something better, or just if you've got anything to say about the game at all as it stands or how it might stand in the future, then please do just drop a note into the comments box below. That would be awesome. And of course, if you've not already subscribed to the channel, you could do that now, and that way you'll know when I upload any more of these, or indeed any of my other Let's Play series. But from me, Ajaxpost, here in Circle of Kerzoven, until the next time, bye bye for now.